my God, this is going to be so difficult.
Right, it should go live in a minute. I'm just waiting for it to pop up because I need to pop the chat out.
Yeah.
There we go.
Fee, go and lay down with him.
Pass me coat, please.
I've put your glass on side at floor. Oh dear, how's your day been, Brett?
We've had a bit of fun. Jace went to Tesco's in Rotherham to get bread and milk and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was none. So he got to the checkout, and there was some woman at the checkout and basically filled a trolley up. Like Jay said, there was about 5 loaves of bread and about 6 bottles of milk, and
wow.
So the security told her I couldn't have it, and they attacked the security guards with the trolley. So they took the trolley off her and told Jace to take his share out of it. So thankfully we got milk and bread in the end.
Oh my God. Evening, everybody joining. I can't see anybody on the thing yet. Will my chat just start? Oh, it's there. Rebecca, Heavenly Angel, Leah, hello. So tonight, I mean, you can see Brett in chat, but we'll explain what's happening to those that are just joining. Evening, Karen, Catherine. How's everybody tonight in chat? I want to ask a question. So, Heavenly, would you like to be put down? Would you have a list so I can put you down on the list for a reading, my lovely?
Can you put Gillian Daniels on there as well? I'll be in a sec.
Who?
Gillian Daniels.
Gillian Daniels.
Yeah.
Gillian Daniels. Joanne the Saint. Hello, Scotty. Me too. Karen wants a reading. Rebecca. We've got Steve on already. I've put Steve right to end. Gillian, you're on, my lovely. I've put Steve right on end just because he's one at moderators, so I wanted to move him right to the end at pile. So, and it's morning in New Zealand for him, so he might not be on while 8 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Diana, how are you, my lovely? Hey, Claire Bear. Claire, I'm calling her Claire Bear, and it's Claire. That's because somebody said to me the other day, Brett, is that Claire Bear? And I went, no. And then I've just called her Claire Bear.
I always have to look when you say Claire, whether you're actually talking to Claire Bear or talking to Mystique.
Claire, I know, my lovely Mystique. Catherine would like one. Catherine would like a reading. I did tell them to everybody to come in early for who wanted a reading because, like I said, we've only got down 12. So, and that could take us
a
while. Oh, Diana, my lovely lady. I hope you're well, sweetie. Can you? Yes, Heavenly, I've got you down as number 1, my lovely. So, I don't know where he's. It's there, fell.
What you want to?
I'm not wanting anything. I thought you needed help. John's like.
Sounds well.
Chair and he's wailing his arms. Louise Louise wants one. As Deanna said, she wants one. Yes, Deanna. Evening, Crystal, my lovely. So we've got. Have you got Louise and Deanna down then?
Yeah.
Marvellous. How many places are left? What I'll do is I'll start reading them, Brett, because
4 places left.
There's 4 places left. So then people's coming in then.
Yeah, lots of next start.
Yeah. Otherwise, we are going to be here all night.
Mm-hmm.
So, Heavenly, can you give me ask what is it you're wanting to have the cards? Past, present, future, or question? But I do have to say, Brett may be better at questions than me, but I do give the questions a go.
Yeah, but bear in mind, I'm using cards here I've never used in my life.
Hey, dear. Evening, Dr. Villain. Hope you're well. Ever had a double reading before? I know, Karen, this is going to be interesting because how we're going to work it is we've got 1 set of cards while we're waiting for Heavenly to get back to us. We're using my sets of cards tonight, which Brett didn't use these cards. So then, and what's going to happen is you're going to get a reading from me, and then Brett's going to give you a reading from the same card and see what he gets from cards that I may not get. And then on Sunday, Brett's going to go live. I'm going to join Brett, and I've got to read Brett's cards, which I have, and that is going to be a test of tests. Because they are the Rider White cards, Claire, that Brett uses. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting night. So, as Evanly got back and said, what? Evanly, can you let me know what reading you're having, my lovely, in chat? Come on, come on.
That's the only problem with streaming, Lindsay, is this delay that you can't have a direct chat with somebody. It's like 15-20 second delay before you get a response off them.
Oh, really? Oh, I never realised that with this. I didn't realise there were. So it's like YouTube. It's like Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, I never realised that.
About 5 seconds.
Oh my goodness. Heavenly, there we go. My boyfriend texts me as a surprise for me, and I have to wait for it. What is the special surprise for me? I'm anxious. Heavenly, I don't know whether our Brett will feel, but I'll give you I can't answer that because the surprise he's got for you is a surprise. And I don't think the cards will tell you what kind of surprise you've got. But my advice to you would be to wait patiently and just wait while he brings you a special surprise. Could do you a reading, but it won't be a reading like that. Brett?
Yeah, see, the trouble with the cards is they're not there to actually do things like that. They're basically, they give you an explanation of one possible path of your life if you continue down the path you're currently on. For something like that, you'd need somebody like a remote viewer to be able to pull any kind of stunt like that off. I certainly ain't one, and I highly doubt Lindsay is as well.
Or a webcam.
No. But what we can do, I can do your love reading on your love, on what's happening around you at the minute with love, if that's all right, Evanly.
It might be better to avoid confusion tonight, Lindsay. Just do general readings for people. If you want to do it that way, yeah, just do them a general reading.
So like past, present, future kind of thing.
Yeah, just do it that way.
Right. Well, we'll have to do it for some and some on other, because it's like sometimes I've read for some of these already. Oh shit.
Yeah, if they've got a specific question that that's relevant, we'll do it. But
yeah,
otherwise, just do a general one if they can't think of a relevant question.
Yeah, it's coming in for me and my boyfriend. Right. Let's have a go at this then. Right, so I'm going to do you. So what I'm going to do for you, Evanly, is I'm going to use fairy cards, my lovely, for this one. And let's see what as fairies can tell us. Can you give me a lucky number, a number that's relevant to you, Angel?
You've not camera.
I've just said exactly the same thing to Jace just before we come online. Do not kick that camera.
I know. Oh my God. I know. You'll see my feet and lot. Evanly, can you? Can I have a relevant number off you, darling, please? And if everybody in chat can be put in what kind of readings you want in, so John can note it with your number, then I'm not having to ask all night, if that's all right. We'll start shuffling these.
So what's this question, Lindsay? What's coming for me and my boyfriend?
Yeah, so it's just like a love thing.
Leah's on list because she's put she's asked twice.
Yeah.
Tracy's on list.
Right, I'm just going to go for this one. I'll start with 3 cards, Brett, and see if we're them 3. So, Evanly, what I'm getting with this one is, for you at the moment, I feel that life's going very good for you because you can see that you're outstretched, you've got your wings spread. There is a little face there at the side of you that I can see, which to me, maybe is your other half coming in that could be with you. But there's definitely somebody like attached to you. So, yes. In this card, I can see good things happening. Because it's just a fun card to have. So yeah, I'm not sure whether you've got something, whether this thing on your back here is some kind of weight you're though sort of carrying, or it's just something that's been going off, and these like diamond things coming up. Whether these are like a sigh of relief, like a big thing. There's been something big around you, and it's been like a weight on your shoulders, but it's like finally lifting as well. Because that's what I see with that little man there. But whatever this weight was, it's cleared, and your wings are spread. So to me, whatever were bothering you, or whatever issue it was with you, you've sort of solved that and you've moved on. Your next card, you've got the wheel. And again, for me, the wheel is really significant for change coming up. I do see there is somebody else though with you on this card, so you're not going to be on this journey alone in this change that's coming up. There is going to be somebody else with you. Again, you've got your big wings there, but if you look on this one, they're more slightly close together, so you could be a bit apprehensive of these changes. But this, I think, is a path that you've been going down anyway, because the path's showing, and from that reading to this one, that's what I do think the wheel's for, is for the wheel of change. So there's definitely some change coming in, and there's definitely somebody with you along this change that's happening. So whether it's a move that you're doing together, or holiday that you're going on to get, whatever it is, the change that's coming in, it is going to be something that you're both going to do together. Your next one, you've got on this card, you've got the happy couple at the bottom. And again, with this card, you've got a child there that's pointing the, for me, it's like, what do you call him? The arrow man. Cupid. You've got Cupid coming in. So to me, Cupid's a good sign. So whoever this person is on this journey where these changes are coming, Cupid is saying, yep, that's good. That's a good relationship. But I also, with this one, and I said it before, I do see a child, not necessarily around, there's a child in the distance for this one for me. So I would say that maybe talking about children or children on cards, or maybe even not, because you could be like, say, no, we're not ready for kids, and that could be why child's fitting here. But there's definitely something, some talk maybe going off around a child. But yeah, that's what I'm getting, my lovely. So Brett, if you need me to hold any cards up, let me know.
Mm-hmm. I cannot believe you've just called Cupid the god of love, Araman.
Yeah, but I forget the names.
Right, can you hold that first one up close to the camera for us, please, Lindsay?
I can. Is that okay?
Can you pull it right against the camera so I can actually see the picture? That'll do it. That's brilliant. Cheers. Right, who am I reading for? Was it Lindsay?
Evanly.
Evanly. Right, Emily, your first card I've got here is the world. Now, the world is a sign of completion or the ending of a phase. It's also a sign of harmony. So to me, that's saying at the moment that your relationship is actually in a very balanced state. It is saying, though, that the relationship is going to expand on many different levels, and that's what I'm getting off this. I presume that's a fairy, isn't it, Lindsay?
Yeah.
And they're all fairies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that fairy has got both the wings and the arms outspread, it is saying that, you know, the relationship itself is going to expand outwards. It does tie in well with the world because, like I say, it does show stabilisation, but it also signifies the completion of a phase in your life. And the fact your arms are outspread is saying to me that your relationship is about to expand on new levels. Right, okay, that's that one, Lindsay. Grab the next one.
Ooh. Wheel.
Right, the Wheel of Fortune. Now, this is reinforcing the previous card. The Wheel of Fortune, is it the right way up, Lindsay?
Yeah.
Right, because it's the right way up, it's the positive aspect of the Wheel of Fortune, which means that fortunes within the relationship are only going to improve for the better. Definitely not anything negative coming in the relationship, but it does signify that maybe new things are going to be occurring. Very, very good card to have combined with the world because, like I say, the world completes and the Wheel of Fortune shows an upward movement in fortunes regarding the subject talking about. So definitely onwards and upwards in the relationship. Can you shine a bit of light on that one, Lindsay? It's a bit dark. Right.
Give me a light. Can you, for the light? Oh,
You got a little torch or something? Oh, brilliant, that's it. Right, now, this is the 10 of autumn. I have no idea what suit autumn represents. To me, I would say what I'm getting off that is there's a lot of movement regarding people. So I think your relationship is going to involve an expansion on a people level. I think this relationship is going to start bringing in new friends, so that the relationship itself is going to blossom as a result of outside influences from friends and things like that. Social life is going to definitely increase, but the relationship is going to remain the most important thing. Interesting, you've got Araman there, as Lindsay likes to call him, because Cupid is the Roman god of love. So him appearing in a card definitely signifies the possibility of maybe matrimony upcoming in the future. So there could be a marriage proposal somewhere in the pipeline. Quite, I wouldn't say he's going to do it tomorrow, but I'd say within the next 12 months there's a good possibility there, due to the fact that Cupid has appeared in that card, that maybe a marriage proposal is literally on the cards. So
fabulous.
There you go.
Thank you very much, Heavenly. I hope that's okay for you, my lovely, that one. Who have we got next?
Hold on 2 seconds.
You put a man in charge.
Gillian's next.
Gillian's next. Gillian, my lovely.
Gillian's being greedy. She wants a love, past, present, and future. So she wants both.
She wants what? Love,
past, present, and future.
love, past, present, and future. Right. So what I'll do then, Gillian, for you is I'm going to use the Paulina Tarot to start with, and then I'll turn 2 cards from another deck. I'll let you choose your deck. Right, so your past, present, and future I'll do from these. What numbers Gillian given?
She hasn't.
Oh, Gillian, can you just give me a quick number, please, you green deck? I just need a number from your foot cards, my lovely. So whether it's a birthday number, month number, house number, something that's relevant to you. 79420. Right. 1. Right, got it.
Enjoy adding that one up, Lindsay.
John's done it.
22.
So for your past, Gillian, I've got a tower. I've got the tower. So to me, this is a strength tower. So I don't know whether in your past you had kind of a struggle because you've got yourself falling, but then you've got yourself flying. So to me, I get that you were some kind, not like you were like a cage fighter. Look, no, but I've got that fighting feeling. Do you know, you've got that fighting feeling in you, Gillian, that you don't give up on anything. I do again believe that opportunities come along, but they weren't handed on a plate, because you can see your opportunity doors, and it's like some opportunities worked, some didn't. I do feel though at times you felt like, I don't know whether it put down at times or something, but there's something up here with these cloudy faces, I call it, that put like a cloud over everything you did. So I'm not sure whether, I don't know, like some kind of like if there were one parent that wanted you to do something else and you chose to do like that, like you disappoint, but you haven't disappointed them. But then there's also somebody that I get that's coming in here, and while this one's sort of like blowing you down, this one's swooping in to bring you back up, if you get what I mean. So that's what I'm getting for your past. So like I said, I don't think you had it easy, but I definitely do think that you're one of these that, from what you've experienced from being younger and in your past, it's brought you the strength that you need, if you know what I mean. It gives you the strength. This is where you are at the moment. Now with this card, there's two ways you can look at this. You can look at it, and I've just got to judge. So I'm going to go on by what I get from this card to this card. Again, I think in the something around your relationship, you've got other people coming in and trying to interfere. But there's a special connection with you and somebody because you've got your heart above the cups. But to me, there's definitely somebody coming in, and it's like you're putting a protection up around you and your family because of what these outside people are doing. Now, at minute, they've coming in like wands. Now, whether there's more of them to come, I'm not sure, but there's definitely something going on that I feel that at the minute you're like having to put that protection up around your family, and it's nothing to do with what's going on in the news or anything like that. It's definitely to do with other people. I do think though that these people are coming in and bringing some kind of drama in around you because the flowers that I see at the bottom, because they're like facing up to them, I think that's what you're trying to do. So there's something that either you've been trying to pulled into, but I definitely think that it's trying to cause a rift between the two of you. But the love's too strong, so there's not going to be a rift. You will come out of this on top together. Your next card, you've got the Star card. And again, for me, with this one, whatever issues were here, it's like, here you're like washing them all away. So it's like you've cleansed yourself kind of thing. You've removed yourself from all negativity. I do think that there is a celebration coming up because I do see that start. So I do think it's a big kind of celebration coming up because of how big the star is. One of these people I think is still going to be around, and it's going to be this person here on this side because they're the ones with the bigger wings. But it's like they're head diving straight into water. So it's like you're just shrugging it off. And they're not going to cause they're like trying to bring the drama back in, but you're like freeing it with the water. I'm not sure as well if you've also got something wrong with your right leg. I think some kind of issue around your right leg on this one. So I don't know what's going off with there. But I can definitely, just because there are one toes pointed and the other one's like as though you've like stubbed your toe and you're like dancing on one leg kind of thing. So that's what I'm getting with there. But yeah, that's what I'm getting on that. And then your overall card, again, for me, this sort of like comes into here to this one. So you've got your big up the celebration coming up, which would be that one. You've got this one where you're going to be removing yourself from the negative energies, and it's going to like carry you to like a newer place. So you're not going to be letting them bother you, and you're going to be able to let your guard down and just be free to be the person that you are, my love. Like that's what I get. So Brett.
Okay, is this for Julian?
Yeah.
Right, is that the tower?
That's the tower, yeah.
Right, okay, Julian. For me, I don't know if you know, but for me, the tower is my least favourite card of the tarot deck. In relation to love and relationships, what that says to me is that relationships in the past for you have been always a matter of destruction. They have been very unsettled. They are literally signifying they are destroyed out of the blue. On a lot of cards, you will see that the tower is actually being struck by lightning, which is what represents things occurring without control, as can be seen by that. Is that a face in the clouds up there?
Yep.
Lindsay.
Yep.
And I think the birds are used in this one to signify the lightning. So what's that saying to me in regards to your past is, relationship-wise, is relationships have been a very destructive affair for you on all levels, physically, emotionally, and mentally. That's the past card.
Two of Cups.
Right, now this is a really interesting one because now we're into the present. For me, the Two of Cups is like a weakened version of the Lovers from the Major Arcana. Now, to me, what that's saying, Julian, is in the present, I don't think romantic relationships are more of a concern for you. I think you're more focused on friendships, because for me the Two of Cups signifies partnerships on an emotional level, but normally on an acquaintance or platonic level rather than a romantic level. So what it's saying for me at the moment is you as a person need to concentrate more on friendships than you do on actual romantic relationships, because these are going to be the driving force in your life at the moment. I think you're going to get a lot more pleasure out of your friends than you would out of a partner at the moment, because that's what the Two Cups they're holding represents. It's like a celebration of friends. Right, what we got with that one?
The Star.
The Star. Now this again is interesting, Gillian, because moving into the future, you've got the Star. Now the Star is the card of hopes and wishes. Major arcana card, so it signifies there is an important area in your life. So the future is going to be important. So what that is saying to me is maybe sometime in the future, things that you're wishing for on a romantic level are going to start to become more important. Although friends will be kept close to your heart, I think you may sometime in the next 6 months start to move towards working more so on romantic relationships, whereas at the moment they're not quite so important. Like I say, the Star does signify hopes and wishes, so that's more of a personal thing. That's when things will start to become more important romantically, is in the future. Right, your final outcome is
The Sun.
Oh, again, even better. You've got the Sun, which again is another major arcana, and again it's one of what I call the astrological cards. Now the Sun is very similar to the Earth. It's a sign of success, warmth, growth, and a general feeling of well-being. So I would say, however the future pans out for you on a romantic level, Julian, it's definitely going to be on your terms. Whatever you want or aspire to yourself on a romantic nature is definitely what you're going to achieve, because the Sun does signify contentment in a very, very strong manner. Probably one of the main cards that signifies that. So just quick summary. Past has been very destructive on a relationship basis. Present, I think friends are more of a priority to you at the moment than actual romantic things. That is probably going to change as you move into the next 6 to 12 months of your life, where maybe things of what you've wished for in the past, like stable relationships and something, are going to come more to the forefront. And your final outcome overall is whatever you wish for, you're going to get in the end, because you've got the Sun, which is contentment, growth, and basically just a sense of well-being. So hope that helps you, Julia.
Yeah. Is that all right for you, Gillian? Because Brett did answer someone love around you and everything. Is that okay? Well, Bill. Oh, good cards then.
They were actually.
Yeah.
Interesting. There was two
majors.
Two majors and the two astrological. There were two astrologicals.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting.
I'm glad you know your majors, because I ain't got a clue. I know some of them, not all of them.
You may just basically start with the Fool, and then with
that's it. They work. It's the story of the Fool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rebecca's next.
Rebecca.
She wants a love reading.
Yeah.
But some questions she asks in a love reading is: will she meet a decent guy, or should she just go back with her ex?
Oh, Rebecca. What I'll do is
number 14.
Is for you. I'm going to do 2 decks. So I'm going to do the spiritual. Would you do spiritual ones?
Yeah, do a spiritual one. I like that.
Do a spiritual one. And what number?
14.
14.
Sounded like you were slapping them cards around John's head then.
I need another number off your duck. Rebecca. Another number, because she's having 2 packs. 4. Right, so I'm going to start with you. So you've got the ground yourself card. So this is just going to be a bit about you at the minute, Rebecca, and then the other cards here. Well, so it's going to like more or less tell you your frame of mind, I would say, at this time. I think at minute, I think you're carrying, I'm going to say, a little bit of weight on your shoulders. But you're worried more about one certain thing than there's one thing worrying you more than the other, just because this shoulder's clear and this shoulder's got like the water coming on it. And yes, again, I'm not sure whether you do suffer your back, but for me, again, I don't think you do. Oh, do you suffer? Hang on, just give me a minute. No, I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on birds. So yeah, but I definitely think that you've got news coming in. But it's not just going to be like one letter. It's going to be like you're going to be inundated with news, and I don't know whether that's what's like playing on you, what's on the heavy side that you're on one of your shoulders that you've got, or whether it's a decision that you're going to have to make. But there's definitely like loads of people. I don't know whether they're like trying to advise you, and they're not giving you the. Basically, listen to yourself. Don't listen to what others around you are saying. Listen to your own head, Rebecca, because other people can quite influence a decision, and maybe they're like these people influencing you could be making you want to go more to one decision than the other, and that could be where you're feeling like the weight's on one side than the other, if you get what I mean. Your next card you've got is your nature card. And again, coming in, I don't think you've got anything negative around you on relationship wise, just because you've got white rose to me signifies love, but obviously the red rose is a signify for love. But again, the red rose for me, red, white, it don't matter. So I do feel that you have got a lot of love around you. Whatever this is not gonna. It's not as serious as maybe what you're making it, because over here you've got like the butterfly and the flowers growing and everything, like you've got butterfly on your face. So to me, this decision is quite an easy kind of decision to make, but it has got to come from you. There is somebody bringing in flowers, so I don't know whether you've got somebody in spirit that you may have lost round about this time or within this month, because somebody's coming in and giving you some flowers in the corner than what I see. I do also think, though, that there's something starting to, like, I think this one here, you're still like feeling whether that decision should or shouldn't have been done. But let me just say that decision, whichever way you went there, it was the right decision for you, so stop worrying. Your next one, you've got new beginnings. So this is your relationship card. This is coming to your relationship. So for me, I see, again, new beginnings, the changes coming in. I think they're hand in hand together. So I think you have to be working again with each other. But the letters, some of these, when I said letters could be coming in, you're going to receive something together. So there's definitely like something coming that's going to be for both of you, because again, you're both holding this, but then it goes up into a celebration. So again, I'm not sure whether this is some kind of decision that you're making together, starting a new journey. So whether there's, I don't know, house move, there's something coming up around you that you're going to actually be making that decision. And do you know, I think these all link, because I don't know whether this what's coming in here when I said everybody's like telling you which side to choose and which side not to choose. I don't know whether this has still got an effect on this decision that's coming, but you've got to go with decision yourself for this decision to be a happy ending, if you know what I mean. Your next cards. So you've got procrastination card. Have I said that right?
Yeah.
So again, this card, I'd say with this one, it is going to represent these, because, excuse me, you're clear-headed on here. There's nothing round your head. But I do feel that time may be an issue with something that's going off around with what's in this one. I do feel like time could be an issue with them. But your head's quite clear and you are relaxed. So that would bring me back to this card with that one. And your light again here would reflect on the celebrate of the change coming in, is that you're quite open again to them changes coming in. Your next card is your Unleash Your Creativity card. So again, to me, it's the change coming in. It's the decision you made here to this one. And this card's representing that one with the changes coming in. I don't know whether you're going to be changing something about yourself or something around you. But again, you've got the clock. So that to me represents the time that it's got to be something that's, you can't wait too long about making this decision because time is of the essence to do so. And then your final card, again, it's similar to all these above. You've got discover your life purpose. So to me, you've got a gentleman playing music. You've got it hand in hand with this one. So to me, the outcome around the relationship side is going to be a positive outcome, my lovely. So I'm going to move them down and then I'll pass this one to Brett.
Right, okay. Right, Rebecca, in relation as to whether you'll get back into with your boyfriend, I can't and won't answer that because for me it moves into the realms of interfering with personal will. So I'll just give you the general reading on will you find Mr. Right. For me, that first card, I think is more of it's more of an advisory and giving you advice. What that is saying there is, the tree is representing that you need to ground yourself before you even think of embarking on a new relationship. I think currently in that card, the birds which are in the foreground are what represent you, and they are very much beings of the air. So for me, it's saying, you know, your mind itself is not in the right place at the moment, and that tree is advising you with its roots going down into the ground that you need to ground yourself and root yourself first before you even consider looking for a new relationship, because you've obviously just come out of another one and it's not really the time to do it right now. Right, moving on to your next one, you've got a nature card. Now that says to me that it's saying basically let nature take its course. Don't push this situation because there's no need to. Things will happen as they are naturally meant to happen. Okay. Again, you've got butterflies and stuff there, which are always a very positive sign, and they are again a sign of flight and air, which I always associate with love. But what it's saying is, don't push the situation. The situation will come to you. Love will find you. You don't need to go looking for love. Okay, that is definitely what that centre one's saying. Your third one, which is new beginnings. This I now think is moving into the phase when you do finally get into a new relationship, and it is showing the class dance kind of thing, almost to the fact that it almost looks like a prayer, and to me that says that what you're looking for is coming to you, but it will come to you unlooked for. It will not be as a result of you searching. He will find you, you won't find him, but he will be exactly what you're looking for. It's almost like a prayer being answered. These are the weird ones. These are steampunk ones.
No, these are the healing.
These are the dark. I always find these really dark images, but really nice ones. Right, now what this is saying, Rebecca, is once you're in a relationship, is don't overthink things, because I think that woman in that picture represents you, and procrastination is all to do with thinking and stuff like that. So it's saying when you're in the relationship, let things go, just go with the flow in it. Because I'm getting the impression off that card that you do tend to be a little bit overthinking in relationships and sometimes a little bit overcritical, which actually ends up causing you more problems than it solves. So it's just saying to you, just be very careful about overthinking once you're actually in a relationship. Just go with the flow and let things take their natural course, very much so. Right, what's this one?
Unleash your creativity.
Right. Now, this to me, that woman, she's got her hat on. To me, she's coming across as quite a bit of a rebel. She almost looks like a pirate. So for me, I think that is saying that you are going to kick against what you've known in the past. I think where you've maybe, with the last card, procrastination, where you've been a little overcritical, it's saying you've got to rebel against what you've been in the past and try new things. And this is the way forward in this relationship. You're going to be a bit of a rebel in this relationship, and I think he's going to find that excitement, a big attraction with you. Okay.
Discover your life purpose.
Right, now your final outcome, I will class this as your card. Now, as you can see, you've got two people there, and he's playing his. I nearly said he's fiddling then, but that sounds really bad. He's playing his violin or fiddle, whichever one it is, and that gives. I'm getting the impression of that it's like a Romeo and Juliet thing. So I'm saying overall, you will find the guy you are looking for. I'm not going to say he's going to be Mr. Perfect, but he's definitely going to be Mr. Right for you rather than Mr. Right now. So overall, I would say that, yeah, in relation to your question, yes, you are going to find the guy of your dreams. I will say I don't think it's the guy you were with before, but this man you're going to meet is definitely going to be the right one for you, or he's going to be a good match for you. So I hope that helps, Rebecca.
Thank you. And can I just say, you've just explained what procrastination is, because I didn't have a clue. I didn't know what that word meant. Now I know what the word meant. Who have we got next?
Karen Louise.
Karen Louise, my lovely lady.
Past, present, future.
Yeah.
25.
25. Any particular deck, Karen? See if you can pick a deck, Karen. Because
you're welcome, Rebecca.
Do with people. I'm here. Any deck. Right, Karen. I'm going to do fairy deck for you then, because I think I did Paulina Tarot before. And that makes me deck up. I'm so stupid.
You mixed your decks up.
No, I've mixed the deck up. What were Karen's number? Does she get a number?
25.
25. Woo!
So I'm trying to smoke this cigarette as fast as possible so Jace can come back in.
1, 2, 3, 4. Right, Karen, again, I know a little bit about you, so I'm just going to read your card slightly different, but Brett can do you a past, present and future reading. I'm just going to read what I get off cards, just because I know a little bit about you. But for me, in your past, and you'll know where I'm going to be coming from, your past was a very magical and a very happy time. And you can see this in photos, in picture. It represents something different for me, and you know what that represents, Karen, for me, on the situation and everything else. But for me, you did have obstacles in past. Nobody has a perfect past, we know that. But definitely, this were a big thing in your past, my lovely. You've got some weights on the top. So, like I said, I think through past, I think you did carry, you carried things maybe for other people on yourself. You took it upon yourself to carry them. And that's what I'm getting with these weights above, because they're not actually attached to you. They're attached above you. So to me, I think you're one of these people that you carried the weight for them and the worries for them, and at times maybe you shouldn't have. But yeah, so that's that card reading I'm getting for that one. I'm moving on from that one. So past, present. So at the minute now, I do feel again that you're in a very protective state, because you've got the arrows coming up in front of you, the icicles. But I do feel that there's somebody coming. There is somebody, I think, around you coming in that's new. Because the bear coming into me is, I see a bear as a big cuddly being, but I think it's somebody coming in that's new to you in your life at this moment. And I think you're just a bit wary of what their intentions are, maybe. You've definitely got the gentleman behind you is definitely like overlooking and overseeing things and like protecting you also. But I do think that this person coming in, and I don't necessarily think you should be wary of them, because again, like I said, to me, a bear's a big cuddly thing, but I know they could rip you apart at the same time.
You wouldn't say that if you come across.
Yeah. So, but to me, I think you've just got your guard up slightly at the minute, and I think you just need to release that guard and actually start again letting people in, Karen, because people are wanting to come in, and I don't know whether you're one of these people that have been used to doing a lot of things on your own, and it's difficult for you to I don't know, not difficult to make new friends, but you're a quiet person. So it's like on a friendship level, I think maybe sometimes I'm not going to say ignorant, but you know, like if you're walking down the street and there were a crowd of people, I think you're one of these that would avoid that crowd of people, cross that road, and you know, that kind of thing, Karen. So I think there is somebody coming in, and I think you've just got to give them a chance, and just again be wary, but just like let a couple of these guards down because they're stopping you.
Don't be aloof is what I think you were trying to say, Linda.
My wording, Brett, is shocking. So everybody who I read for has to understand my lingo. Your future card, you've got the Four of Summer. And with this card, again, you can see the difference. You've let your card, you've took your coat off, you've let your guard down. You're actually starting to enjoy life a little bit more. And again, the reaching down of the child coming up, I think this just symbolizes these people coming in, the newness, the birth. It could actually mean in the birth of a new you, because again, the red coat you've got around you that's like your protection, it's like draped over the thing. But I don't know whether there's a new man coming into your life or as a friend. I don't know whether there's a gentleman friend, but I'm not sure whether. Now, this could be you're letting go of a gentleman, which I get that. But because of the birth of a new you, I'm not sure actually whether the birth of the new you is going to bring somebody else in as well. But you know, and I know who this one is in the past, and who you've left behind, my lovely. And the wings, obviously, like I said, you've like moved on to a better place. You've let that guard down, but there is definitely some new things coming up, Karen. And like I said, I don't know whether again it's going to be on a friendship base, but I do think that it's this bear. I think this person here is like reaching out to you. And again, I've just seen they've got wings on the back. So I think you're going to be kind of like, not soulmates as such, but like have a lot in common. You're going to have things in common. But you've just got to like look down and see them, because I think you're not ready for that that next step just yet. Even in the future, you're like looking above them. You're not looking down to them. So it's just looking down to them. Six of Autumn, to me, you've got the happy ever after, but not the happy ever after that way. But again, you've got people around you. I feel that this one's you here. So I think you're actually going to like, where this change is coming in, it's going to change you and it's going to change your personality. So that what this one here is going to represent you. This one here is where is this one here, is this card. Because I feel like at minute you're like stuck in a spider's web kind of thing, Karen, and it's like you're cutting yourself loose, but you're cutting yourself loose at a very slow pace. And I think other people maybe influence you to pull you forward. This I think will represent the past, because you've got you and somebody else there, and again the boy's behind, and you're in front, and obviously, like, to me that's where this bit makes sense, and this bit. So I hope that's all right for you, Karen, my lovely, because I hope it makes sense to you, because I don't think it's going to make sense to anybody listening. So, Brett, over to you.
Okay, you're obsessed with that bear. Right. Right, this is the past. This is your past, Karen. Now, to me, what that is, there's two things I'm getting off this card. The first is that in your past, you have had a lot of people around you on a family aspect, but I'm getting the impression that at some point there was some kind of minor tragedy or some kind of feeling where they let you fall, because those two figures on the left-hand side of the card, it's like that the one with the wings above the other one, it's like they've almost let that person drop and plunge. So I think something in, or even though family's been important to you in the past, there has been some little tinge of tragedy there where somebody has let you down badly. Now, the other thing that's getting off of that card, again, concerning the family, is there's some kind of conflict on a spiritual level, because from what I can see there, all of those figures in that card are very mystical, but they all seem to be in some kind of element of chaos. There's no organisation there. So I don't know whether there was beliefs within the family that went against yours, or yours went against family beliefs. But there's definitely chaos there on the spiritual level from within the family. Okay.
Three of Winter.
Into the present. This is really interesting because I will mention your bear, because your bear is important. For me, I think that what that card is saying is, even though your family has been important, Karen, as you move into your present, it's now a time to be a little bit more self-reliant, and you're going to withdraw into yourself. For me, that bear represents something like a familiar or a guardian, and that is what is around you at the moment. And I think that bear is, I will say, is like a familiar. It has appeared because it's here for a purpose. It's to guide you on into your future, into your next card. So what it's saying is, even though people have been important to you in the past, a little bit of self-reliance is going to come more to the fore at the moment, because you're about to start a new journey, and that bear has been sent as a guide. Okay.
For a summer.
Now into your future, this is really interesting, because I think you're about to learn. You're about to embark on a journey of learning new knowledge. Now, this is going to sound really weird, because I think those two figures in that card both represent you. The child reaching up to the altar is all I'm getting intuition-wise is that you're reaching up for new knowledge. You're not at the stage yet where you actually know it, but you know of it, and you know what you need to do to it, and that is why you're reaching towards it. So that is signifying the start of a movement towards this new area of knowledge you're going to get. The altar itself that woman is lying on is the knowledge. It signifies the knowledge, and the cloth over it is like it's actually covered from you at the moment. Now, moving on to the woman on the right-hand side of the picture, I think this is going to be you further on in the future, once that knowledge has actually been gained, and you are going to learn a lot on this journey that's coming up and this isn't just going to be a matter of months. This is going to be a matter of years. And this card is a really unusual one for me, because normally the future cards for me only span 6 to 12 months. This one is spanning years, and it's going to be an whole new journey for you in terms of knowledge. And I think it's either going to be like spiritual. It's spiritual in nature, most definitely. But you are going to reach a point where you're going to be very knowledgeable in what you've learned, so it's definitely a spiritual path you're about to embark on. Now, this final card, what is it, 6th of Autumn?
6th of Autumn. This
is the one that's really interesting, because it links right back to the very first one, where you've got all your figures on the first one that were all your little mythical figures in disarray, and there was like that little element of chaos there. All the ones on this one are now they're all in harmony, and they're all together, and they're all flitting around. So what that says to me is that overall, Karen, you are going to get, on a spiritual, emotional, and physical level, you're going to get the balance in life that you want. But I think this specifically refers to that future card, where, in terms of spirituality, you're going to reach a very balanced point. And, there's a lot of magical knowledge in store for you that you are actually going to harness. Okay.
Fabulous. I know Karen. I know Karen, and I know a lot about Karen. And that reading you've just given, Brett, I would say is 99.9 probably spot on. And I think Karen possibly will agree, because I know Karen is an earth angel.
Right.
Yeah, so thank you for that one. We've got next.
Well, it's supposed to be Karen Smith, but I've shouted 3 times to see what reading and a number, and
So she's not in chat.
So it will be Deanna.
Deanna, my lovely lady.
Deanna wants a general reading and just to know if she is on the right path.
Right. So on the right path, which cards would be best? Deanna, can we have a number, my lovely? Well, which cards would be best for that one then?
I don't know.
Read it me out again. Do you know if she's on the right path? General.
Am I on the right path?
Any particular card, or is it just?
So just pick my number 9.
Number 9. So Deanna, number 9. Any particular cards you want, Deanna, my lovely? Do you want the healing and spirit, or I'll do healing. Yeah, I'll do healing ones first, and then I'll do spirits after. My goodness me. Right, so 1, 2. I'm going to go for 3 because then I'm going to do 4 spiritual. So while I'm doing these, can you give me another number, Deanna, my lovely? So your first card is take off your mask. So where you are now, overall reading, not overall reading, it's just in general, isn't it? So I think in general at minute, Deanna, I think you've been like hiding behind a mask. But I think it's now you've got to remove that mask and you've got to reveal and be true to yourself more than anything. Because I think you've like hid behind this mask a bit. But yeah, you need to like put your mask down and start being true to yourself. Start listening to yourself, because your own thoughts in your head are the true ones. I do think though you've got issues around your neck, around your neck area, just because you've got this pattern coming in on this card, and I'm not sure whether dancing or some form of dance is important to you, but they're like hung your shoes up, so I'm not sure whether dancing was something that you did. There's also a door open behind you, and this is a door that I think it's like an opportunity path that's coming up that you've got to go towards, because the steps are leading upwards, which means, again, to me, I'd take that as another opportunity coming up. And I am going to say, Deanna, that your mom is with you, because in this card, your mom's over the top of you there, and she's circled over the top. So I am going to say that your mom's with you, my lovely, on this one. But then again, you know that your mom's always with you. But there's definitely an opportunity coming up for you. But for you to take this opportunity, you've got to be true to yourself and believe in yourself, because I think that lack of self-belief maybe is what's stopping you taking that new step or that new opportunity that's coming up around you. But then again, the shoes are like hanging above the door. So whether they've got something to do with that, or whether dancing was something that relates you back to your mum, my lovely. Your next card, you've got the Pride card. And again, this card again is telling me that you're split. You're putting your mask back on. You've like let your mask down, but then you're not comfortable. You're not confident. So it's like you're still hiding behind that mask. You're not ready to step out from that shadow of yourself at the minute, I feel. There's definitely something going on around your head, because you've got a big dagger coming out of both sides of your head, and you've got like them little spiky things coming off top. So I think you've got a lot of things at the minute that are causing you pain, not necessarily within the body, but around your mind. because you've got instead of it being like drama and chaos, these are actually like thorns. So I do think there's a lot you've got to clear. You've got to clear your head. I mean, to me, honestly, I think these cards are the wrong way around. No, you can't change cards, but I think this is where you are now, and this is what this is what's going to become. Because for me, this is you. I'm not going to move them. I'm going to put them back. So yeah, but definitely you're hiding behind the car. You have got Rose coming in, so there's definitely a lot of love coming in to you by other people, but to you it's like last minute. It's the last thought on your mind. Again, the issues around your shoulders, your neck area. It's like you've got an heavy weight around your neck also. So I feel like you are carrying a lot of weight around with you. But again, that goes for spikes, Diana. But you've got the red air in this one, and the red air means that I think you've got the fight in you to fight through. So you've got a fight. I feel you have got a fiery kind of personality, or at the minute you're feeling like slightly angry about certain things. But yeah, that opportunity is still showing up in that card. And then you've got the temptation card. So to me on this card, you've got the fire from the dragon. So again, your dragon's going to give you strength. So I'm going to say for this one that the fire that you've got in your hair, you're drawing in strength from yourself. Give me a minute. I'm going to change something then, but I'm not changing it. Again, whatever problems you're having around your neck and your shoulder are just, I think they're more stress related than health related. I think they're stress because on this one, the stress is you've got nothing there on this side. Also, your hair's flowing free, and you've got no spikes in your head now. So you've like managed to sort the issues out around you. I do think spirit is round you. And the two candles coming up, one's lit and one's out. So to me, I think, again, the opportunity in this card is going back to that card, and it's relating about the opportunity. So from these three cards, what I can say is, I think you've gone from one person being like a certain person to another person that's having to wear the mask. You've closed yourself off. You were possibly open to opportunity, whereas though now it's like you've shut your door, you shut yourself up on opportunity. But this card here is showing that it's not always going to be like that. You are going to find that release, and that weight that you're carrying is going to shift. And then number 3 for your others. So again, with this card I'm going to say is relating to that one, just because you've got all cogs turning in your head, and that card saying that it's synchronicity, is it? So yeah, so at the minute you have got a lot of things going off in your head, Diana, that you do really, really need to talk to somebody and talk about, because these things are just going to they're just going to keep that weight on your shoulder, and by doing that, it's not going to be good for you. But again, there's opportunities creeping in, and because of all this in your head, you're missing out on some really good opportunities that are coming in around you. Your next card, you've got Take a Moment card. So again, when you take a moment, again, it's all around your head. These last 3 cards have come out, and they're all to do with your head. But in this one, the Take a Moment, you can actually see you releasing all the energy from your head, which to me would take you to that card, just because you've got spirit in that card reaching out to you. To me, this is like you're ready to let it all go, and all this confusion and all these things stabbing you, they've gone, they've turned into butterflies. So that means represents happy thoughts. So you are going to get to where you need to get, but you have got to start talking, Diana, to somebody. And this card, you've got your trust. So I'm going to put you this card with this one because I think up to a point, I think you were quite an open, trusting person. This person is definitely not open and trusting. But this card's also showing, mate, that there could be issues with your chest, nothing serious, but it's like you've got the fire burning. So to me, I can represent it, Karen, as the broken heart, which would go with that card there, my lovely. But like I said, I do feel that there could be some health issues around you anyway, because you've got like the green splashback behind you. Splashback. But you know what I mean. But your arms are right open there. So to me, that'd put you to that'd put me with that card there, my lovely. So now I'll let Brett read you the same card and see what he gets. So
Right.
you've got
Can you put them 3 bottomans back in the order they were? Because I'm going to read them as they was pulled. So put
right.
that one right at the end. That's it. That's it.
So
Right,
you've got
right. Who's this I'm reading for? Deanna.
Deanna, yeah.
Right. Okay, Deanna. Where are you on your path at the moment? Right. Basically, what that's saying to me is this is showing you as you are right now. Pretty much agree with what Lindsay said on your original description of this. You have not been showing your true self to anybody up to this point. You have been hiding behind a mask. What is interesting to notice is that mask is actually a fox, or looks like a fox to me, which shows slyness and cunning. So it basically says to me that you've been very, very crafty in the way you've done this. The dancing shoes that are hanging above the fox's mask to me also suggests that you have been dancing around many issues with people, and you've spent your life skirting around the edges of things rather than being honest and open. You have always hidden behind this mask, and you've done it in a very, very clever manner as symbolised by the fox. But I think now is the time that you've got to let this mask slip. It's finally got to go, because if you could continue on the path as you mean to, that mask has got to be removed. And all this dancing around things has got to stop. From now on, it's got to be straight down the line. Right. Moving on to your next one.
Pride.
This is pride, and this is coming as a warning, because as Lindsay calls them, the spikes in your head. To me, I said, now that's what I would describe them as, Lindsay, exactly the same, spikes or thorns.
Yeah.
To me, they represent poisonous ideas in your head, or things that are actually keeping you back. If you notice, the face is also split into death and life. Part skull, part person. And what it's saying is that these thoughts are being very negative on you at the moment, and the only way that you are going to move from the dark side of that, sounds like a Star Wars thing, from the darker side of things onto the path that you need to be on, is you've got to let go of that pride, and you've got to let go of these thoughts in your head that can be poisoning your thinking. They are literally representing poison thorns. And that is showing what they're doing to you at the moment. These thoughts are pulling you in 2 ways. They're pulling you in a good way and a bad way, as represented by life and death in the face of the woman and the self. So, time to swallow your pride, get rid of these thoughts out of your head, and that's the way forward. Right. Then we go on to temptation. This, again, is another interesting one, because it's saying at some point in the future, you are going to reach a point where something's going to happen and you are going to be tempted to slip back into old ways. Now, again, the candles at the bottom, you've got one lit and one unlit, which represents darkness and light. 2 totally different paths. They, again, represent pathways, and what they're warning against there is, if you slip to temptation, you're going to go down the dark side of the path instead of the light side of the path. And the path you need to be treading now is the lit candle. But it's saying, when this temptation comes, and it will come, Deanna, no doubt about it, there is going to be a very distinct decision to make here. There's going to be a right and a wrong. And it's very important that you're not tempted to go down the dark path again, because that is the one that is going to be most tempted. But it is the wrong path to take.
I'm just pulling, just give us a sec, Brett. I've just got to pull my pillow.
No problem.